What's good, everybody? Welcome to my channel. My name is Just Clark, and today we're going to talk about AI art. Let's go! Woo! Very fucking exciting. All right, but anyways, all right. So first of all, I just want to say thank you for continuing to show love to the videos, even though I haven't been uploading as much and the format of my videos have been changing. I'm very appreciative of y'all continuing to support me. Anyways, let's start talking about AI art. Now, I don't think there's really any more explanation to have. There's no explanation needed about what the fuck is AI art. I think anybody in the art world community right now is aware of that. But here's just what I came to conclude, at least right now. This is subject to change, obviously, because information and knowledge, and you gotta be open-minded. But obviously this is new. A lot of like anxiety, fear, and uncertainty is involved with a lot of artists, pretty much every artist in a sense, because you know we can't exactly call those artists, you know, those AI artists, but I digress. All right, so to me right now, what it seems like is that this whole difference between real, air quote, real art versus AI art is kind of like me personally being somebody who's into bodybuilding. Not saying that I'm aiming to compete, but in a sense it's like a natural bodybuilder versus somebody who is on steroids, right? And obviously you can poke many holes into this shit and say that, oh, it's not the same, but it's unfair. Generally, that's like the number one thing. It's unfair. And one of the biggest arguments that people have with this whole AI art thing is, oh, it's just gonna be a few years before these AI art shit replaces real artists, right? But I mean, if that's the case, then isn't it supposed to be that all bodybuilders who are on steroids will replace or like just completely beat out natural bodybuilders? Most likely not. I think we can see that it's not. And I feel like when those things started getting introduced back then, I think like natural bodybuilders felt some type of way about that as well. Now obviously there's a lot of like generational differences, and there's just a lot of, we're not trying to make a one-to-one comparison with this, but it's somewhat of an analogy, right? Like a metaphor. So, and you can say it's like, oh, but steroids have health repercussions. This whole AI art thing doesn't. Like, you have everything to gain and nothing to lose, maybe aside from your dignity and all that type of shit. But like, that's not necessarily the thing that we're worried about. What we're worried about here is real artists being quote unquote replaced, and the overall fear of like, what's the point of drawing, right? But here's the thing too, now that we got to that point, it's like, what's the point of working out, staying natural, working on your diet, continue to progressively overload and work on your sleep and all that, train, like maximize your training, your full natural capabilities, if you could just do steroids, right? One of the biggest issues is like, oh, AI art takes no effort. And there are studies with bodybuilders or like just normal random people that like, there's three groups of those that didn't work out, those that worked out, and those that took steroids but didn't work out. Now obviously those that didn't work out and took no steroids obviously had no gains. Maybe they lost weight, maybe they gained weight, but it's not muscle. Those who worked out got good, obviously got gains, right? And the third one, those who did not work out but took steroids, still saw muscle growth similar to those that worked out naturally. So we're seeing that similarity of like, you don't even have to work out, you just need to take steroids and then you'll grow. Like, obviously we can't see the physical differences or like the physical growth, and then at least I didn't see any images, but that study has popped up over and over and over again when I was researching about testosterone and all that kind of stuff. So in that case, there is that similarity of like, what's the point of working out then if you could just take steroids? But the beauty of it is just like the process, the process of crafting your physique, the discipline you build, the confidence you gain, and the belief in yourself by putting yourself through that hard work of working out and crafting your physique. I mean, like, what? Here's like, what do you want to do with your life? Do you just want to be lazy? Like, if there's no point in working out, then do you just want to be a literal fucking stick? Or do you just want to be overweight your whole life and not be healthy? Like, people can argue of like, oh, but not everybody wants to be a professional bodybuilder. Oh, some people depend on art for their living. But that's the thing, bro. Not everybody want to be a professional bodybuilder. I want to build my body, but I don't want to compete. In the same way that probably not everybody want to be professional artists. The same way not everybody want to be, like, make art their business. They just want to do art, right? And I know that it's like super unfair and it's like a big deal, but it's like the world's been unfair this whole fucking time. In basketball, there are people bigger than you, people taller than you that's gonna get picked even though you're more skilled. You're not always gonna be given the opportunities. You're not, like, some people just are genetically gifted. The world's been unfair this whole time, like, and I know that kind of sucks, but that's the thing, because the world is unfair. It's the ones that, despite that and keep working, the ones that are rewarded. And I'm not saying to completely conform to, I'm just gonna start using this. I don't like the sentiment that, quote unquote, AI is just a tool, because at least me personally, make me sound like a traditionalist, but it's like, you're not really applying any learning if you're just relying on that shit. It's not a tool, it's being reliant. Now, if you've been at this industry for longer and you can use that just to speed up the process, then, well, pardon me, I'm not in that position to say, right? But to say that it is a tool, but you're not going through the repetitions in the process, that you're not learning. And I feel like, the trajectory society calls you but the trajectory that things have been going is just like, yeah, okay, life has become more convenient, life has become more easy, but conversely to that, people have started to just become more lazier and lazier. Like, I'm all for body positivity, alright? I'm all for loving yourself. But if you love yourself, you're not gonna allow yourself to live like shit. If you truly love yourself, if you feel like shit every day and you cope with, oh, I love myself, I love my body, it's like, if you truly love yourself, you would take care of yourself the same way you would take care of somebody else. But you're obviously not taking care of yourself if you're feeling like shit, so it just became suddenly a life lesson. But anyways, here's the thing to me, alright, with this whole AI art, real art shit, you just have to stick to your values. Honestly, we don't know what's gonna happen. We can't control what other people will do, how companies and industries will change, but the thing that's in our control is the work we put in, how we're gonna react, what are we gonna do today, right? And if you quit, then ultimately you've lost. You have that losing mindset. But if you don't, then there are so many opportunities to win that's just not, you're just not seeing it right now because you're way too laser focused in on being in that losing mindset. Probably my biggest role model, Miyamoto Musashi, is like, man said that there is more than one way to go up the mountain, meaning that there is so many ways to win. Like, just take for example, a lot of basketball YouTubers that are popping up now. They ain't exactly, earlier goal. They probably wanted to play for the NBA. They probably want to get to the professional, quote unquote, professional level of basketball. Now, certain shit happened, and they just chose, okay, let me try this YouTube thing, let me try this social media thing, and then now they made a living off of that, getting partnerships with the NBA. Even if they're not directly playing for the NBA, they got partnerships with a fucking association. So that's like, they may not have climbed up the mountain the way they expected to climb up the mountain, but they still got up to the top of the mountain, just in a different way. So there's so many more ways to win. We can't be stuck with this scarcity mindset of just like, there's only one way we can go, somebody blocked that, there's no more, we just quit, we just go the fuck back down. So to me also, it's just the last point that I want to make. It's like, what the hell are you drawing for? Why did you start drawing? Why do you want to draw? Right? Because I think, here's the thing, you don't get successful, you become successful. You don't say someone, oh, that dude got success. No, that dude became successful. You have to become. You don't get, meaning that you don't chase. You become somebody. You transform. You become somebody who is successful. You don't get success, because if you get success, then that's not going to be a part of you. It means it's something completely separate from you. But if you become somebody who is successful, then that becomes part of you. You are somebody who has the mindset of someone who has success, not somebody who got success, which means that it is external, which means that it's separate from you. But it shouldn't be. It's not. That's not real success. And to me, why do you start drawing? Why do you want to draw? Because obviously it has this whole cheesy narrative of like, oh, love for the craft, it has to be passion. But it is like, we just, the ones that are truly will like stay are the ones that are passionate. Now that may change in terms of purpose and mission and goals, but ultimately that love is at the center of it. Like, that is part of you. You're not doing it for something external, you're doing it for something that you truly want. And I think that's a life worth living. And if you gave up and you ultimately live a life of regrets, then I think that's just not the way I want to live personally. So to me, why do I draw? Obviously there's part of me that wants success. There's part of me that, like, when I mean success, it isn't even like having tons of money, having tons of fame. It's a bit vague right now for me, but it's more of just like, what is the life that you want to live ultimately 5-10 years after? And it's unclear to me, obviously, what else will happen around the world, but you just want to stick to that vision and be able to adapt, evolve, and grow. But ultimately, at the end of the day, I love the craft. That's why I enjoy it. I love the process of growing. I love the process of learning. I value hard work, and really that's it. And I feel like the thing that I'm focused on is just becoming a great artist, and just ask myself questions. What are the things that great artists do? So yeah, hope I was able to at least, I don't know, just give some hope and just reduce the whole negative. It's not even about making this whole issue less problematic. I just want to focus back inwards and, just, I guess, speak my mind. So yeah, hope you guys got something out of this video, and I'll see y'all in the next. Yee.